Xiaojuni led a group of classmates in mocking Shami by loudly calling her old middle school nickname. Before long, they also dragged Wang Xiaoyu into the teasing. Despite Wang Xiaoyu's repeated attempts to stop them, Xiaojuni became even more excessive. At that moment, Fan Yuan and Zhang Roxi walked into the classroom and sternly reprimanded Xiaojuni, demanding that he apologize to Xiami. Xiaojuni refused, arguing that he hadn't physically hurt anyone and therefore hadn't broken any class rules. Fan Yuan responded that ridiculing classmates still warranted disciplinary action. Zhang Roxi didn't waste time arguing. He simply held Xiaojuni's head and forced him to bow to Xiami as an apology. Later, Shami was sitting alone in the small park, trying to calm herself. Fan Yuan showed up with a small portion of fried chicken to comfort her. Shami said she had long since stopped caring about outside criticism and, in fact, felt happy to have met so many classmates who genuinely cared about her. Her only frustration was that her academic performance still hadn't improved. Meanwhile, Zhang Roxi brought Xiaojuni to the school track and challenged him to a 100-meter sprint. This was Xiaojuni's strong suit. He had even broken his middle school record. Confidently, Xiaojuni told Zhang Roxi not to regret it if he lost. After the race, Zhang Roxi narrowly beat Xiaojuni, leaving him in disbelief. Zhang Roxi seemed like a jack of all trades, not only excelling academically but also outperforming in sports. Impressed, Xiaojuni finally accepted defeat and sincerely apologized to Xiami. To prepare for Teachers' Day, Xiami designed a poster and planned for each classmate to write a message to the teachers. She asked Xiaojuni to gather signatures and messages from the day students, promising to let the nickname incident slide in return. Xiaojuni happily accepted the task. Xiami also had a submission deadline for a magazine article. After finishing the draft, she left it on her desk. When Zhang Roxi passed by, he accidentally knocked the paper to the ground, dirtying it. Xiami explained that it was the last day to send the submission, and if it wasn't mailed that day, all her hard work would go to waste. Feeling responsible, Zhang Roxi took the soiled draft back to his desk and rewrote it neatly during math class. He was almost caught by the teacher, but luckily he avoided punishment by correctly answering a question on the spot. When the weekend arrived, the boarders gradually returned home. But Siami noticed that Lin Ruli hadn't gone home for several weeks. After some probing, Lin Role admitted that her parents lived in Beijing, and going home meant returning to an empty house. She preferred staying at school. Zhang Ruoxi offered to escort Siami home and, on the way, helped her mail her manuscript. After the break, Siami continued to struggle with her studies, which left her feeling discouraged. Noticing this, Fan Yuan offered to tutor her. Thrilled, Xiami agreed, and after school, the two left the classroom together. However, Zhang Roxi and Xie Yuhan spotted them acting sneakily and decided to follow them. Wang Xiaoyu and Xiaojuni soon joined the impromptu surveillance. Fan Yuan brought Xiami to an unused art studio that was quiet and serene, instantly appealing to her. He explained that he and Zhang Roxi had discovered the room and spent considerable effort cleaning it up, turning it into their secret study spot. As they spoke, Zhang Roxi arrived with several other classmates, declaring that if Fan Yuan was offering tutoring, everyone should benefit. When the session began, Fan Yuan carefully explained topics from multiple angles. Xiami didn't always understand on the first try, and when she had questions, Zhang Roxi would step in to assist Fan Yuan in explaining. Occasionally, when Xiami wanted to ask Fan Yuan for help, Zhang Roxi would rush to her side before she had the chance. Fan Yuan, noticing Zhang Roxi's enthusiasm, chose not to comment on it.